In the news this week, Nigerian jollof goes international. Declining state of education continues to cause concern to government.
Spell BMW.
E-E-W.
Where do you hear the E?
The first in the middle.
Salah celebration plans reach advanced stage. And now, it's the other news.
And here's your host, Okay Bakassi.
All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the show that makes you laugh, frown, and laugh again. It's the other news. Our guest is an architect by profession and a politician by passion. Mr. Gbadebo Rhodes Viver is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him. All right. Also on the show, we have special reports from our very special correspondents. But first, it's the other news headlines. National chairman of the PDP, Senator Ahmed McAfee, has said that if the PDP returns in 2019, there will be no hunger because people will have plenty to eat and enough cash in their pockets. But before you get excited, remember that these are the people. And the rest of us are the masses. Yeah, so people and masses, big difference. Remember that, big difference. PDP spokesman Dayo Adeyeye says the only thing you need to do is cross over to the APC and all your sins will be forgiven. So APC is now the way, the truth, and the light, Abi. Well, turns out that the way might be difficult. The truth may be proven in court. As for the light, yeah, you have to manage that for now. It has been an eventful and dangerous couple of weeks, with America and North Korea threatening each other with nuclear strikes.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury.
Yeah, that's a threat, not a warning. Then on Sunday, there was an actual nuclear strike.
To embark on an indefinite strike action. The nationwide action is total and comprehensive.
Yes, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, declared an indefinite strike, demanding
payment of fractions and non-payment of salaries, non-release of earned academic allowances.
Yeah, among other things. So judging by the long list of demands, hey, it be like this strike will take well. Our university students have managed to scale through WAEC, JAMB, post-UME exams, and have endured everything from sorting to all those buy my handout or I'll fail you lecturers, and the, hey you girl, come and see me in my office kind of lecturers. See, these students have now been condemned to sit at home totally, comprehensively, and indefinitely. Well, maybe they will not just sit at home. After all, the English Premier League season commenced on the same weekend the strike was declared. Yeah, maybe a coincidence, maybe not. Yeah, our youths have militancy calling them on one side, Boko Haram beckoning to them on the other side. Fraud, drug addiction, and other vices are calling them. But when they want to stay positive and try to connect with jobs and opportunities, they hit voicemail. This is why thousands and thousands of African youths are risking their lives, crossing the Sahara and the Mediterranean Sea in search of better opportunities abroad. So, dear Europeans, don't be angry. Please. Remember that we were on our own, Jeje, when they came here with their sheep, captured our ancestors, took them to go and walk by force in Europe and America. That them sure was rude. So now that we are volunteering to go there and find hard work, they call the vex. They sink our boat. They deport us. Did they give Kunta Kinte a visa before they carried him away from here? Which is where all this visa rubbish starts? Who started it even? Please allow us to visit our ancestors abroad. Thank you. Anyway, over to Kenya now, where the incumbent president, Uhuru Kenyatta, has been declared winner of the presidential elections. The opposition candidate issued a statement.
It's a complete fraud based on a multiplier that fraudulently gave Uhuru Kenyatta votes that were not cast.
But the incumbent president in Africa sometimes find it hard to give up their seats. People like Abacha, Idi Amin, Mobutu Sese Seko, and Muammar Gaddafi almost became presidents for life. In fact, some of them succeeded until they passed away. More recently in Gambia, where Yahya Jammeh lost an election after almost 23 years in power. No one expected Jammeh to concede defeat, but he shocked the world by doing just that.
I'm calling you to wish you all the best. The Gambian people have spoken, and I have no reason to contest the will of the Almighty Allah.
Yes, and we were praising him. That was then.
I hereby announce to you Gambians my total rejection of the electoral results.
Yeah, I guess those two wires in his head touched, so he changed his mind. It's as if the man did not have the fear of God, so it took the fear of Ekomog to get him out of power. Yeah, he had to leave. Africa has some of the world's oldest and longest serving heads of state. These men have so much experience that they can do all this head of stating and presidenting thing, even in their sleep. Yes, they have old age on their side. Look, it's bedtime, yet they have refused to hand over the baton. Why? Anyway, speaking of old men who love power, the ballet of America, Donald Trump, has been sad lately. Yeah, but I think I know what can cheer him up. You know, remember he's an old man, just like, just like a lot of African leaders. Yes. And he makes promises he can't keep.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built.
Maybe Trump can actually complete a wall. Not a huge, wonderful wall, but a small, easy-to-achieve wall on the same border. Yeah. And he can make Benin Republic pay for it. President Trump also loves real estate, just like our politicians. Yeah. So instead of fighting the media for fake news, our African leaders can teach Trump about using a more effective and tested tool of persuasion. Just to get the media on his side. Americans don't like nepotism. But as for Donald Trump, yeah, he loves it. Here in Africa, Mr. Trump will not have complaint at all. If you give your entire family all the top positions, who will complain? Now, President Trump has been, I think he has been unfairly criticized, for spending too many days out of White House. Yeah, they say he spends it playing golf. You see, that won't matter here. The position will always be his, no matter how long he decides to stay away. Even if he decides to go out of the country or continent, it's his position. Investigating a sitting president, these are Igbo people, you don't have respect. That's almost impossible in Africa. So, Igwe Trump, yes, forget the White House, you can be the orange man in the black house here, in black Africa. Anyway, Up next on the other news, Mo Williams talks to some young people, and I talk to my guest, Gbadebo Roots Vival. Yes, it's still the other news. Our special correspondent Mo Williams now brings us a report on young adults who have passed the stage of ASU strike, but are now facing a growing problem.
Nigeria is estimated to have over 183 million people, with half of that population being under 30. But we've noticed a recent trend that a lot of young adults are taking a longer time to get married as well as move out of the homes of their parents. But why is the millennial generation taking such a long time to leave the homes of their parents? We decided to find out. Thank you guys for all joining me.
Young lady there, I'm sure you must have a great paying job. Why do you still live at home?
Great paying job in Nigeria as a fresh graduate? I don't think so.
Oh, so you're in the classes. When did your dad move out of town?
The way the system works, you come out of uni, no job or low paying job, where do you want to move to?
Well, the young adults did raise one issue. Do entry salaries really match the prices of accommodation in this day and age? For the purpose of this experiment, we'll peg the entry price or the entry salary as 60K per month or 720,000 naira per year. How much does it cost?
It goes for 1.6 million.
For how many years?
1 year.
Just one?
Yes.
And is inclusive of everything, right?
No, excluding.
Excluding?
And commission that is incurred and the service charge.
How much would that cost altogether?
Everything is 2,050,000 in together.
Do you really have to keep the 50,000?
Sure.
Okay, so maybe the first flat was unrealistic. So we decided to step it down a notch to see how we would fare then. Can you tell us how much this flat costs?
This flat goes for 750,000. Is excluding agreement and commission with caution. Everything together, 1,020,000. Yes.
1,020,000. Do you have any other ones, you know, a bit cheaper that you can show us?
Yes, we have the one of 300, we have the one of 200 annually.
Okay, I think we should do that. How much will a flat like this go for?
200,000 per annum, including the agreement and commission, 100,000, which make it 300,000.
Okay, but the rodents and insects, they're for free?
Yeah, they're for free. You get that for free.
While you can afford most places, there are some places you can afford once you can get over, you know, the smell, the rodents, and probably your human rights. So go out there and face the world. It's been Mo Williams reporting for the other news. Back to you, okay?
Well, thank you, Mo. I hope you find a solution to your problem very soon. My guest today is a young architect and a card-carrying politician who says he's passionate about changing this country one community design at a time. He put his money where his mouth is and contested in the recently concluded council elections in Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from my friend, my brother, Mr. Gbadebo Roots Vival! Yay!
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Not too young to run.
Not at all.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, a symbol of that, not too young to run. Yeah, I know you're an MIT graduate.
Yeah.
You could have done so many other things.
Yeah.
Why politics?
Because I feel that we complain too much. You know, my generation, we talk too much, and there are problems that are only going to get worse the more we leave them to fester. And rather than just talking about it, we should start taking action and doing things about it.
Yeah, our destiny, our future is in our own hands.
Very, very important.
You either act today or you stop complaining.
Exactly.
If you can't act, then don't complain.
Exactly.
I agree with you completely on that one. All right. You're not a woman, so to announce your age is not a problem. No. You're 34 years old. Is that 34. Your real age?
Yes, my real age.
Yeah, that's the real age.
83.
Okay. All right, so, I mean, that means we have people who are already practicing this not too young to wrong thing.
Yes.
Now, do you think young people in Nigeria are adequately prepared to go into politics? Has this society prepared them enough?
The general nature of our society has not. But there are still a lot of exceptional young people that, if given the chance, they would excel in politics. But the general education system, the society, the moral fiber of society as well, the reality of people's environment does not prepare leaders. It prepares people that can thrive in challenging situations. That does not necessarily mean that they are capable leaders.
Did you have any kind of embarrassing situations like that where you say, wow,
like
is this what this politics is about?
A situation like that, generally you meet certain people and they ask you, what kind of backing do you have?
Yeah.
What kind of backing do you have? And
now by backing, are they...
Spiritual backing. Yes. What kind of spiritual backing do you have?
Yeah.
And at that point, you have to answer whatever your spiritual backing is, you answer. But in terms of embarrassing...
In my own case, it was God, though.
Yes.
God Almighty. I don't know what spiritual backing...
My own was God.
God Almighty.
My own is God. Is God.
Okay.
But in terms of embarrassing moments, I think, when I think to it, like on election day, having spoken to a lot of people and they were passionate about voting for us, and they came to our agents and gave them first right of refusal. Like, listen, we want to vote for you, but waiting they share. I think that was embarrassing in the sense of what our voting demographic is an embarrassment I felt for them.
People say if you don't vote for the two ruling parties, PDP or APC, that you have wasted your vote. You ran under COA.
I ran under COA.
Do you agree with that assertion?
I don't agree. I mean, a vote is never wasted. A vote can encourage people to run again. A vote can show that, you know, this work that this person did, it yielded some form of results. We had almost 700 people come out to vote for us without paying 1 naira for anything. And if you understand that, that means 700 people actually ran at the opportunity cost of getting 2,000 naira, in some cases up to 5,000 naira for a vote. I felt that I had to make a statement. And the statement was one that was supposed to say, there is another way. And even if we don't win this time, we should start thinking about actively getting involved in politics. And let us see if by talking to people, educating people, interacting with people, they will be able to come on board, and let's see what will happen. So that was what it was about. Also, in terms of the experience, it was like baptism of fire because we literally created the entire structure in 3 months.
Where there was none.
There was none.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
And a lot of money, maybe.
A lot of money as well. Yeah. My bank account is not
I
very
know.
happy right
I've been there before. I know how it is.
So we were able to build that in 3 months. And then also it gives you an insight into actual political machinery. You know, if you just go into a party that's established, you don't really appreciate the subtleties of what makes a machinery work. So for instance, just trying to organize how to get plates of food to each of your agents on election day.
On election day.
In different places.
That's a logistical challenge.
Considering
that there's restriction of movement on that day.
Exactly.
How do you make sure that
working all of that,
at least they're working and they're getting some refreshment?
Exactly. Because if another party comes to give them
refreshment, they can switch loyalty.
It has gone. Gone.
I know what you're talking about.
And also getting the structure of your canvassers, your agents, because unlike other parts of the world, you have to protect your votes. It's not enough to get people to come out. You must protect your votes because people are actively trying to steal your votes. So all of that gave a lot of practical insight and knowledge. So I will not do it any other way. I've learned so much that I would never have learned if I'd not run.
I agree with you.
Yes.
It's been nice talking to you.
Same here.
Keep up the good job. All right. Thank you very much. A brilliant one from Mr. Roots Bible. Well, if that has not given you plenty to think about, then you are probably just joining us. Okay? Now that you're here, still to come on the other news, what is Daniel the Humorous doing in a school? Because I know he's not a teacher. We'll find out. All right, don't worry, nothing has happened to your TV set. I still stay here. It's the other news, the show that will tell you how to lead a rich and happy life. As soon as we find the password, we don't know everything, all right? Okay, we'll just offer you what we have. And now, senior sports correspondent Daniel the Humorous brings us a special report on the future of football. Take it away, Dan.
Neymar has become the second biggest export from his native Brazil. The number one export still remains the Brazilian hair. Neymar's new monthly salary is estimated to be about £537,000. Fellow Nigerians, that is about £3,200 per hour. And going by the central bank rate of 400 naira to a Great British pound, that means Neymar Jr. earns 1.2 million naira per hour, which is approximately 100 barrels of crude oil per hour. This makes Neymar Jr. a moving, dribbling, and nodding refinery. This has got Nigerian parents and future Nigerian parents thinking.
Both my son, both my daughter, both any children I'm having, they must play this ball. Understand? Because they need to place their focus where focus is due.
Our people say, if you want burn fish, now to do them when it never dry.
Class, in preparation of your future. A is for? B is for?
Baba
C is for?
Contract.
D is for?
Diving.
E is for?
Anywhere benefits.
F is for football age. Your football age is your original age minus 5, or in some cases, minus 10. L is for losers, aka Arsenal. Do not be deceived by Community Shield. When we get to Premiership and UEFA, that's when we will know who the men be. L is for
losers.
Who are they?
Arsenal.
M is for
match fixing.
N is for
Neymar.
O is for
offside.
P is for
penalty.
Q is for
qualifiers.
R is for
return match.
S is for
sliding tackle.
T is for tax evasion. This is something you must do at the peak of your career. When you get to your peak in football, you will stop paying tax. U is for
use of head.
B is for
Vuvuzela.
You use it to make noise, to disrupt and interrupt and disturb the visiting team. W is for
Western Hot.
X is for
Super Eagles.
Y is for
yellow card.
And Z is for
Zagado.
That is what is known as the banana kick or the bicycle kick, where you do like this and you kick the ball round and confuse the goalkeeper. So there you have it, people. Welcome to football, the new crude oil. Very soon, now sports ministers will go to arrest for this country. Right now, I've got the future to take care of. For the other news, it's Daniel the Humorous. It's back to you, okay, Bakassi. We got work to do.
Wow. Thank goodness you don't have this Dan guy as your kid's teacher. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Be sure to follow and interact with us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and other social media handles. It's still the Other News CTV. Many thanks to my guest, Badebo Rhodes Vivor. You at home, yes, you, and our amazing live studio audience. That's it for today. Do not forget that to try and fail is not laziness. Until next time, my name is Okay. Don't miss me too much. Yeah.